Hi everybody, it's Nick. I hope you are keeping safe and well. Yes, it is a summer's day and you might be wondering why I'm sat here in this really thick winter coat. It's because I've just come back from doing my first lake swim. So it was a trial day today to see how safe it was and whether the social distancing measures could be achieved. It all went brilliantly, but it meant I was able to swim in the lake for the first day today. And yeah, it was a wonderful experience, but it's hence why I'm all wrapped up now, because I don't swim in a wetsuit. And it was quite warm for me, which is actually 15 degrees, but you still need to warm up a bit afterwards. But to the point of this vlog, it's inspired by my dear friend Sharon Burke, who runs the James Burke Foundation. Is a great advocate and just completely beautifully inspiring person. And this morning I got up and she tagged me on Facebook to a vlog she'd done on You Are Enough, and it was one of the most beautiful vlogs I've ever seen. And I really encourage you to watch Sharon's vlogs if you get a chance, because she just has some really inspiring, profound, deep and meaningful stuff that can really make a difference to people's lives. But one of the things, Sharon, that you have finally helped me cement in my mind is that I am enough, and so are each of you. And one of the things that I found from lockdown is when you take away everything, when you take away all of the distractions, all of the sparkly stuff, all of the stuff we do to, or I do, I'm not saying you do, I don't know if you do, I do, to distract myself from the uncomfortable truths, from the real stuff that needs working on within me, not to keep up with the Joneses, not to be pulled into some comparison pissing contest, not to constantly have this external narrative from a very materialistic and egotistical world going on at you. Is you finally, you know, it's like the eye of the storm. It's like peace and calm, and when you strip everything away, you basically, metaphorically speaking, stand naked in your world. And what that means is you get to really look at who you are, and you get to really look at the impact you've had and the world that you've created. And I have to say that finally, try not to cry, it's quite a kind of, yeah, it's really inspired a very deep feeling in me. Finally, at 48 years old, I think I can stand, metaphorically speaking, naked and go, I am enough. And I can look at the world I have created and the children that I have given birth to, and the safety and the security and the beauty that surrounds us, a lot of it in the simplicity in the middle of Mother Nature. And I can say I am enough because when you take all of the distractions away, all of the shiny sparkly stuff, all of the, you know, status symbols, all the rest of it, when you just stand naked in your own world, and when you look at who you really are and what you have created, you know, the penny has finally dropped. And I can look at that, and I can look at the stability and the happiness and the safety that I see in my family and my children, and I can say, yeah, I am enough, and this is purpose, and this is a life, and we are thriving. We are not just surviving, we are thriving. And you know, a big reason for that is because of what I've created and what I've given. And you know, it's so difficult sometimes to really see yourself for who you are, and for each of us to really see what we have put into this world, because it gets so diluted and we get so distracted because there's always somebody better, isn't there? There's always something shinier, there's always somebody who's fitter, somebody who has more. None of that matters. What matters is when you stand still in your own space, is what you have of real value? Is it made from real love? Does it have deep foundations? Is it sustainable? Can it take the knocks? Can it go the distance? You know, is it meaningful in its own right without any of this other superficial shit? And I think finally I'm kind of getting to see my reality for what it actually is, and I can say yes to all of that, and yes, I am enough, and yes, this life is enough, and yes, what I am putting into it is enough. And I think that that is the greatest love of all, the greatest love affair we ever have. And this is not meant to be narcissistic, but it has to start with ourselves. It has to start with being able to really love who we are. And that means being able to understand and accept that we're human, and some parts of us do make mistakes, and you know, I can be an arsehole and all of that, but that's part of our humanness, and we can forgive those things, and we can learn from them, and we can move on, and you can love and embrace yourself for who you are, because if you can do that, then you can really start to not only love others properly, deeply, meaningfully, but you can help them to do that for themselves. And there is no better gift you could give to yourselves and others than that. So Sharon, thank you. And actually thank you to lockdown for stripping away a lot of the shit that just didn't matter, and for leaving me standing naked, and sitting with some of the uncomfortable stuff that I needed to sit with, and to finally start to see that I am enough, and so are you. Lots of love. Take care. Bye.